Life like chess, move to pieces, you know I roll in silence. On the road to them Benjis, I feel my teeth with diamonds. I'm high as fuck in the sky, you would've thought I'm pilot. I'm from Chicago, it get ugly, fill the streets with violence. Life like chess, move to pieces, you know I roll in silence.
Past, present, future. We bear down.
And just like that, we're back. Thank you for joining us. It's Chicago Bears 360 with Coach T, unmuted, the unmuted version this time. Listen, I'm not afraid to laugh at myself. This is what happens when you do a live show on YouTube. You're gonna jack it up sometimes, so it's all good, man. Just clip it up and keep going. So I'll fix it when post-show production. But listen, do me a favor if you join in the chat. If you're watching this on the playback, do me a favor, like, subscribe, share the channel. Definitely subscribe to the channel. The channel is going crazy, man, and I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Listen, we like to give y'all or keep y'all giving y'all that fresh content on Chicago Bears 360, and I'm always thinking about kind of new elements to add to the show to make it both entertaining and educational. And in true coaches fashion, man, I was sitting one day and I was thinking, I was like, man, you know what? You know, all this debate on Twitter, man, X, and like we're not capitalizing on none of it, man. We're just going back and forth on Twitter. The other part of this is I recognize too, because I've called some people out, man, and I recognize some people just don't want to debate. Like they'll get in the comments, you know what I'm saying, and talk trash. But if you ask them and you invite them to a head-to-head debate, you know what I'm saying, you know, they bitch up. I ain't gonna just call it how I see it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a special shout out to our contestants, because not only have they stepped up to the challenge, but you know what I'm saying, they're the first, they're the pioneers, they're the trailblazers in helping me out with this effort. So they're making history for Chicago Bears 360 tonight, and I appreciate them. So before we get into that, man, let me give y'all some quick updates on Chicago Bears news that's going on right now. NFL rumors reporting that Chicago Bears potentially will and more likely to tag Jalen Johnson, expected to tag Jalen Johnson, the franchise tag him in the event a long-term deal is not reached or there's a mutual agreement to get a long-term deal done. There's no surprise there. You know what I'm saying? Jalen says he wants to be here. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Poles says he's not going anywhere. So it's just a matter of them agreeing on numbers. Of course, Ryan Poles will use all the tools at his resource or at his availability to make sure he stays until, you know, they have to pay that, you know, big check. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I'm very confident, you know what I'm saying, that Jalen isn't going anywhere. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that in the chat. I don't think he's going anywhere. You let me know how you feel in the chat. And also another Bears news, the Bears reached out to interview D-line coach Eric Washington from the Buffalo Bills for the open DC position. A lot of feedback, a lot of, you know, people coming back to me on Twitter and chiming in. I guess he was a D-line coach at Northwestern at one time, and some people might have got, you know, a sour taste of him there. But other than that, my friend Gabriel on the Barroom Networks is texting me and sending me great news about him, giving me good feedback as to, you know what I'm saying, who he is as a coach and all this other stuff. So we'll dig into that more when we have, you know, more time to talk about look at their resumes and all that stuff. But I just want to, you know, share the news and have you guys maybe go out there and check it out on your own or whatever have you. What else we got for you? That's about it. Listen, I was ready to get through all that because I'm excited to get to this tonight, man. We got the chat busting. It's over 31 of y'all. Please share the chat, share the live, like the video on YouTube, run it up, because like I said, man, we're making history tonight, and I think we're setting a precedence for how debate should be done or will be done on Bears Twitter moving forward. So without further ado, man, I'm going to introduce the segment to you, and I'm going to come back and break y'all off with the rules, and then I'm going to introduce our contestants, man, and we're going to get to it, man. So let's introduce the segment, and we'll come back. Let's go. Just like that, man, we're back. That's the Oklahoma drill, appropriately named. But real fast, before I get into the rules and talking about Oklahoma drill, how we got here, we got my man BSB up top with the USC hat on. We got my man Petty King down at the bottom. Now listen, I'm gonna tell you, I put the tweet out about the Oklahoma drill, and so I just want y'all to know this is a challenge from Petty King to BSB. So he called them out for the Oklahoma drill, and BSB didn't have no problems with it. But before we get into everything, man, y'all introduce your channels, introduce all your apps and all that other stuff. Let the people know where they can find you.
Petty, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. All right. What's happening, world? This is Petty Murphy, aka Petty King. You can find me on Instagram at Black Diamond 1980. You can find me on X at Chicago 3618. Petty King, I just don't call myself that. That is the name precedes itself. King, top debater of Chicago sports, anything having to do with the Bears, Bulls, Cubs, top debater, co-host of the YouTube podcast, Can I Get Some Sports With That? So y'all check that out, check that channel out, like, subscribe, invite your friends to like and subscribe, all that good stuff.
That's what's up. Petty King in the building. Again, the challenger and also the whatever they call the other guy. I'm sorry. I mean, no disrespect. I'm new to this, man. We all breaking it in. BSB in the building. Introduce yourself, man, to the people. Let them know they can find you.
I'm Kieran Lunger, and my Twitter is the Brightside Bear at Brightside Bears. Don't got a long intro. That's all I got for you. I don't got any more social medias. So,
hey, BSB said, "Hey, listen, I ain't got all that extra for you. I came for the smoke tonight, and we gonna get right to it." But listen, before we get into it, I want to be clear. Listen, because in the chat, y'all have a responsibility. Y'all have a play in this, right? The chat decides the winner, right? And so I'm gonna lay the foundation for the debate. This is not a necessarily who's right or who's wrong contest. This is a contest in who's the best at debating, presenting their information, right? Being convincing, because ultimately, when we have these conversations on Twitter, right, whether you're a schematics guy or entertainment guy, a stat guy, you know what I'm saying? You come with your tools to the table, and ultimately, whoever's the most convincing is and should be, crown the king. What we're doing is establishing some kind of format to this. So it's not all crazy, man. And we're not all over the place, man. I think it can be entertaining. It can be fun, and we can keep it lighthearted and all that other stuff, but we can bring some formality to it. So shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to the Oklahoma drill. We're going to get into it. So here's the rules, right? And these are going to be moving rules. I'm going to adjust them as we get better at this, but I'm going to start out real quick. So I said this, man, and I put it on Twitter. At least one of the people that's involved in the debate needs to be a subscriber to the channel. Obviously, that just makes it easy for me to do things on the back end. And also, hey, I gotta have some skin in the game, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm not crazy, bro. All right, the contestants and their one. I'm sorry, let me read my own writing. Contestants and their one debate topic. So these guys have a debate topic. We'll introduce that in a second. So they have to choose and agree upon a debate topic offline. We discussed that. We'll introduce that when we get done. That's the first thing. Agree on the debate topic. We'll have a coin toss. I got my handy dandy coin here. Do a coin toss, right? And whoever wins the coin toss either gets to accept to go first or they get to defer. So they defer just like a football game. If you're deferring, you can choose to go first or, you know what I'm saying, pass it back to the other dude to go first, right? You get to make the choice, right? Either way, your choice, whatever you choose. If you choose to go first, you'll be the last. It's 3 rounds, right? It's 3 rounds of debating, 5-minute rounds. I'll keep the time, right? I'll tell you when to go, when to stop. And then all along, when we get to the 3rd round, the end of the 3rd round, I'll ask, in this case, for the chat to put a letter in the chat for support of, in this case, Petty will use K for you, for King, and B, obviously for BSB, because you know what I'm saying, he got the monopoly on the B's in his name. How about that? Is there any questions? I know that might have been a little bit confusing. Any questions before we get into it? So three 5-minute rounds, coin toss. The chat is going to use pick the winner, and then at the end of the day, man, you know what I'm saying, we're all Bears fans. We're going to walk away from this, you know what I'm saying, a little bit more entertained, a little bit more educated, and all that. So, who wants to introduce the topic that we chose today? I think Petty, why don't you go ahead? Let the people know the topic that you call BSB out on debate on. Let's talk about it.
All right, so the debate or the topic that I challenged BSB on was because I'm a Justin Fields fan. Been a Justin Fields fan since Ohio State. Even though I can't stand Ohio State, I did like him, and I even liked him when he was at Georgia. BSB is a Caleb Williams guy. He thinks Caleb Williams is the next big thing. So I challenged him to debate who was the better college quarterback. Is it Justin? I believe it's Justin Fields, and I'm sure he believes it's Caleb Williams. So we have simple enough. So it's clear.
With that said, we have two opposing positions on that. If y'all didn't hear the debate topic, they chose to debate and agreed upon debating who's the better college quarterback. Who's the better college quarterback? So y'all keep that in mind as they're going through their rounds. I have my coin right here. I'm not looking at it. I'm gonna flip it. You want to get us to the we're gonna let BSB call it. How about that? Since I gave you the first hack at it.
Give me tails. Yeah, give me tails.
Call it before. How about that?
You got me? Give me tails.
Yeah. Call tails. Here we go. Let me move my mic so I don't knock everything over. Here we go. See, already messing up. All right, it's heads. So Petty, you get to. I'm losing my audio. Man, got to try not to cut my mic off. All right, Petty, you get to choose whether to go first or defer, and let BSB go first. If he goes first, you'll end up with the last say.
Okay. All right. So since I laid out the challenge, I'm a gracious host or a gracious challenger. I'm gonna defer and let him go first.
Here we go. Just like that. So Petty is deferred. BSB will go first. I'm pulling up my clock. Break out the timer. 2 seconds, and then we finna get this thing cracking. Like I said, man, I appreciate y'all doing this. It's gonna be entertaining. And so, if you're ready, BSB, on your first word, I'll start the clock. 5 minutes, buddy.
Real quick, Coach T, you said 3 rounds?
Yeah, 3 rounds. Three 5-minute rounds.
Okay.
On your first word, I'll start the clock.
All right, I'm good to go.
All right.
So I want to start off by clarifying that this debate is which one's the better college quarterback, not which one's the better prospect going into the NFL. So I'm going to start off I'm going to show off by starting their college stats in comparison. Now, both played 3 years in college. Justin or Caleb didn't have full years their freshman season, so I kind of cut those stats out. They both had full years, or not full because of the COVID year for Justin Fields. But I've put yards per game stats in here, so let me see if this works, if I can throw this up here. Coach T, do you know how I put these graphics up here?
Which one you want to share?
The orange one. So I'll go through this. This is their final 2 seasons in college. Here, go and play it and pause it. Okay. You can go through all the stats. Total yards per game, Justin Fields 285, Caleb Williams 384. I know you guys can read, so I won't go through all of them. And then I have the percentage difference in there. So in yards per game, Caleb Williams is 14.97% better than Justin Fields. Total touchdowns per game, he's 0.84, so it's about the same. Completion percentage, Justin Fields was 1% better. Passer rating, Justin Fields was 5% better. And this is where it kind of gets to be a big difference. Interception percentage, Caleb Williams is 38.39% better than Justin Fields. and that's calculated by their amount of attempts divided by their interceptions. They threw around the same amount of interceptions in their college career, but Caleb Williams had almost double the attempts. Same with sack percentage. Caleb Williams is 26% better at not taking sacks. And then last is a stat that I pulled from Twitter. It's scramble rate on non-pressure dropbacks. Justin Fields scrambled at an 8% clip on non-pressure dropbacks to Caleb Williams 3. That's 166% difference. Coach T, can you roll my next graphic? So this one is their rankings in college football. So in 2022, I'll start with Caleb Williams. In 2022, he was third in the FBS in passing yards, first in pause it real quick. First in the FBS in total touchdowns. In 2023, he was 11th in passing yards and 4th in total touchdowns. His team around him on offense, he played with 1 first-round pick, 1 second-round pick, 1 third-round pick, and 1 fourth-round pick. I put Voorhees in there as a 4th-round pick. He would have been a 4th-round pick, but he tore his ACL at the combine, so I put him in there at 4th round. Defensive rankings. This is a big one. Justin Fields had the 94th ranked defense in 2022 and the 119th ranked defense in 2023. So his defenses were awful. His team around him, compared to Justin Fields, was abysmal. Justin Fields in 2019 was 23rd in the FBS in passing yards, 3rd in total touchdowns. I didn't include the COVID year because some of the other quarterbacks had played more games than him, so it kind of threw off the rankings. He also played with 4 first-round picks, 1 second-round pick, 2 third-round picks, and 2 fourth-round picks. He had the 4th-ranked defense in 2019 and 44th-ranked defense in 2020. You can go ahead and throw out my next graphic, Coach. And then finally, their accolades. Caleb Williams, obviously, won the Heisman Trophy, AP College Football Player of the Year, Walter Camp Award, unanimous All-American, Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Year, first team All-Pac-12, second team All-Big 12. And Justin Fields had a second team All-American and 2-time first team All-Big 10. So I think these accolades and stats speak for themselves. I'm honestly not sure what you're going to use to try and argue that Justin Fields was better than Caleb Williams in college. You could argue wins, but then I'd refer you, if you're going to argue wins, I'd assume if I asked you, Petty, who is the best Bears quarterback that we've ever had, you'd probably say Justin Fields. So if you look at Bears quarterbacks, I only pulled Bears quarterbacks. If you're going on win-loss, Jay Cutler, Jim McMahon, Jim Harbaugh, Kyle Orton, Mitch Trubisky, Rex Grossman all had far better records than Justin Fields. Some of them went to the Super Bowl, or one of them went to the Super Bowl, actually 2. One went to the NFC Championship game, and the other 2 went to the playoffs twice. Justin Fields is 10-28, so I think we can both agree that wins are not a quarterback stat, and so they should not be used as such in this debate, in my opinion. And yeah, that's kind of all I got. The PFF thing, I don't know if you're going to bring that up. He was the #1 most accurate quarterback in college football. That is one of the metrics that is used by PFF to calculate their PFF grade. Some of the he had a 92.4 PFF grade in his best season. Some players that had a better PFF grade were Zach Wilson at 95, Mac Jones at 94.
You got some time, my guy.
No problem.
Great first out the gate. BSB coming in with the stats, the metrics. We all knew that was happening before we even got here, though. So we're not even going front like we didn't know BSB wasn't coming with the metrics, right? Let me fix this up real fast. Let me get us back all on the screen at once. Yeah, let's go widescreen with that. So, Petty, you're up, man. On your first word, I'm starting the clock. Hold on, hang on. I got you on mute. My bad. All right, you're up.
All right, I'm good to go. All right, I gotta give you credit, BSB. That was outstanding. That was outstanding. I knew you were gonna come with the metrics. I said it last night. He gonna come with the metrics. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, Justin Fields. I'm gonna start with Justin Fields' college stats. His 1 year at Georgia, 2018, 12 games, 27 for 39, 69.2 completion percentage, 328 yards, 8.4 air yards per attempt, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, QBR 173.7. 2019, 14 games, 238 for 354, 3,273 yards, 67.2 completion percentage, 9.2 air yards per attempt. He averaged over a first down at 11.2, a whopping 41 total touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 181, 0.4 QBR. The COVID year, 2020, he only had and played 8 games. He was 158 for 225, 70.2 completion percentage, 2,100 yards, 9.3 air yards per attempt, 10.1 yards per attempt, 22 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, QBR 175.6. Career totals, 423 for 618, 68.4 completion percentage, 5,701 yards, 9.2 air yards per attempt, averaged over a first down per pass attempt at 10.7, 67 total touchdowns, 9 interceptions, career QBR 178.7 while in college. Caleb Williams, 2021, his one season at Oklahoma before Lincoln Riley left for USC and he followed. 136 for 211, 64.5 completion percentage, 1,912 yards, 9.1 air yards per attempt, 21 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. 2022, first year at USC, I believe that was the year he won the Heisman. 333 for 500, 66.6 completion percentage, 4,537 yards, 9.1 air yards per attempt, 42 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. His last year, which was this past season, 266 for 388, 68.6 completion percentage, 3,633 yards, 9.4 air yards per attempt, 30 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. So in my opinion, if you compare Justin's 3 years to Caleb's 3 years, yes, Caleb is a great talent, but generational, no. In my opinion, Justin Fields was the better quarterback, and in the second round, I will explain why. But as of right now, I feel Justin Fields, in my opinion, is in the lead by a hair.
All right, you wrapping up? You got another a minute and a half. You wrapping up? You punting?
Yeah, I'm a punt. All right, because I have more I'm gonna say for the second round.
All right, that's what's up. Cool. We punting to you, BSB. You can bring yourself off mute, and you can rebut. You got 5 minutes. If you finish early, just let me know I'm punting, coach, and we'll keep it moving. Listen, y'all brought the graphics. Y'all brought the stats. Now, I'm ready to get into the conjuncture. I'm ready to get into the conjecture. You know what I'm saying? Let's dig into it. Let's go. Y'all got the stats. Let's back them up with some good old-fashioned debate. Let's go.
All right. So are we both unmuted here? Or are we
No, you unmuted. Yep.
Okay.
We muted.
So you brought up the stats. I brought up the stats. Like Coach T said, career stats. Caleb Williams has almost double Justin Fields' stats. He did play for longer, but Justin Fields was unfairly given that COVID year. Not sure how much else there is to debate. There is the tape. The tape looks great for both of them. Justin Fields looked great. He made some great throws in college, some exciting throws, the Clemson throw. Caleb Williams, equally as impressive of tape. I mean, just insane throws all over the tape, every single game. And so they both ran very similar offenses, both ran RPO-heavy offenses. Justin Fields, I think, was a little bit better at throwing deep than Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams was a lot better at throwing short and intermediate. Caleb Williams showed a little bit more anticipation in college, anticipation throws. That's all I got for this round, Coach T. I'll go ahead and punt.
There we go. BSB is punting. In your rebuttal, Petty, you up. Let me take you off mute. Here we go. Let's go. You got it.
Okay, so those are very, very good points, BSB. Very good points. But if I may enlighten you, I do also have Justin Fields statistics for some of the top 20, some of the toughest defenses that he did play in college, not just Michigan. I'm gonna start off with 25 when he went up against the 25th ranked Michigan State team. He was 17 for 25. The total yards was only 206. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Number 13, Wisconsin. He was only 12 or 22, 67 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Number 8, Penn State. He was 16 to 22 for 188 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Number 13 ranked Michigan, and this by far was one of his better games. 14 to 25, 302 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Number 8, Wisconsin. He was 19 to 31, 299 yards, 3 total touchdowns. The 2020 national semifinal against a number 3 ranked Clemson team that went on to lose to LSU in the national championship game. He was 30 of 46, 1 touchdown. 30 or 46, 320 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Now, that was one of his worst games passing. If you want to say, oh, he threw 2 picks. If I remember correctly, watching that game, both of the interceptions, if I'm not mistaken, were on him. I can't remember that far back, but I do remember he didn't quite look himself in that particular game. But nonetheless, for his career in college, he was 105 of 171, 1,482 yards, 14 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, had a career completion percentage, it looks like, of 61.4. Now I want to go to close with Caleb Williams versus top 25 defenses. He was 2021 Baylor. He was 9 of 18, 50% completion percentage. 142 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. 2021 Iowa State. He was 8 of 18, 44.4% completion percentage, 87 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. 2021 Oklahoma State, 20 of 39, 51.3 completion percentage, 252 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. 2022 Oregon State, he was 16 to 36, 44.4% completion percentage, 180 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. In 2023 Notre Dame, he was 23 of 37, 62.2 completion percentage, 199 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. For his career, 79 for 151, 960 yards, 6 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 52.3% completion percentage versus Caleb Williams versus top 25 defenses. With that being said, if you listen to those numbers, you will come to the argument or to the determination that Justin Fields against top 25 defenses, yet he was, in BSB's opinion, and I slightly agree, was unfairly given that COVID year. He did perform better against those top 25 defenses. That has been the knock on Caleb Williams, that he does not perform well when he goes up against top 25 defenses.
All right, you got about 50 seconds. You punting for the rest?
And one thing to close this round, Justin Fields won his conference championship. Caleb Williams only got to his conference championship. He never won it.
About 30 seconds. You punting?
And I will punt to BSB.
All right, before we get to this last round, that concludes the second round. But before we get to this last round, let me summarize what I'm hearing. BSB, I'm doing a little color commentation right here real fast. BSB came out hot with the graphics, with the metrics. It was heavy on the red side, on the whatever color we wearing on USC. What do you call that? Scarlet. Heavy on the scarlet side for Caleb Williams in terms of, percentages. One way, leaning one way towards the other. Made a very good point in round 2. Petty comes back in round 2, basically throws in the competition level as a debate point, heavy debate point, the competition level, and how far Justin Fields went through that competition and compared it to Caleb Williams. Very good arguments on both sides. I just wanted to kind of summarize that up for both. Did I do a pretty good job on what that, guys? Y'all agree? Because y'all know, listen, I'm having fun with this. I don't know if anybody else is enjoying this the way I'm listening and I'm hearing, and y'all doing a great job in this debate. So before we get into, and our next step, when we get into it, we're going to get into it, is this is the last round, round 3. I hope y'all in the chat position together who won what round, scoring them by round, because this is the last round, 5-minute round. We're going to let BSB get into it, and then we're going to get the vote from the chat afterwards. BSB, you got the floor. Let's go.
All right, so I'm going to start off by addressing those top 25 stats. You probably got those stats off Reddit. That's where I got them the first time I went to look for them. Just so you know, Caleb Williams has played 3 more games against top 25 defenses this season. That graphic was, I think, since the Utah game. He's played Oregon, UCLA, and Washington since then, all top 25 defenses. He's improved his statistics a ton. It's gone from 6 touchdowns, 6 interceptions to 12 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 224 pass yards per game. From before, I forget what it was in the 180 or something passing yards per game. Now it's 224. His completion percentage went from 52 to 58. He's played 8 games, not 5. So that graphic is very outdated. It's false to use now. Justin Fields was absolutely better against top 25 defenses. I will say that. He's got a lot better stats, but what can you expect when you're playing with first rounders littered all over the field? I don't think in college there was a single down of football that Justin Fields played where he didn't have more talent on his offense than the defense had. Can't say the same for Caleb Williams. Absolutely not. He doesn't. His offensive line was horrible this year. His receivers, he's got one that's going to go in the 3rd round, probably one that might go in the 5th round, and then the rest are probably going to go undrafted. Justin Fields' wide receivers were so good that Jamison Williams, who went pick 12 in the draft, was sitting on the bench. 3 other first-round receivers throwing 2 that year, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, and forgetting the last one. But his defenses were way better, so that's the conference championship for you right there. If he didn't have the 94th ranked defense, he might have won it last year, but he did. Caleb Williams, or USC won, I think the stat was 0 games this year where they didn't score more than 42 points. That's astonishing. If you need to put up 42 or more points to win a game, who's going to? And he won 6 games this year. That's impressive to me. That's a lot of wins. You can bring up the bowl game. I think 28 people sat out that bowl game. So that's kind of a wash. I just don't think it's necessarily even close. I mean, you can bring up the competition, but the Big Ten, I think the Big Ten defense thing is a little bit overblown because they're playing garbage offenses. The offenses in the Big Ten can't score. And whether that's chicken before the egg debate, is it the defense that's good so they can't score, or is it the offense that's garbage so that the defense looks better? So that's all I got. I'm going to punt it over to him.
Here we go. We punting that right at 3 minutes. Good job, BSB. Good job finishing up round 3. Of course, you know what I'm saying, Petty, I don't know if he strategically did this, but you got the last say, man. Round 3. Let's wrap it up. Let's go. Hold on, let me take you off mute. My bad. You're off. Let's go.
All right, so I'll close with this, or I'll start my close with this. Justin Fields, 2000, I believe it was the 2021 national semifinal. Coach, if I'm wrong, correct me. He went up against Clemson again, coming back after the year that he lost to them on some bad calls, some real bad calls. And the man with broken ribs with broken ribs. You know how painful that is? Broken ribs. The man couldn't breathe hardly. And through 6, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but 6 touchdowns against a Brent Venable defense. 6 touchdowns and zero goose egg, nada interceptions, and leading to Ohio State to that victory. Yes, they did lose in the national championship game, but come on, let's be real. They was going up against Nick Saban's Alabama Crimson Tide with Mac Jones. And like you said, BSB, of course you're going to struggle against a team. Of course, when you're playing with first rounders literally all over the field, you're going to look good. Now, I'm sure me and you both can agree, Mac Jones is trash. He's garbage. But my point being, Justin Fields is that dude. I understand that you like Caleb, and rightfully so. He's a bad man. That arm talent is deadly. And again, I feel like he is not generational, but I feel that he would need to go to a team, or better suited to go to a team, coach, to your point, that runs would be able to adjust their coaching, go to a team where the coach will be able to adjust his coaching style, his play calling to fit Caleb's strengths, which is the single read, one read RPO offense. Justin, in my opinion, when he was in college, yes, he ran a lot of RPO, but he was as you mentioned yourself, BSB, he was the better deep ball thrower. But to play with broken ribs, that is not, and let alone win a national playoff game, a national semifinal game, and win it with broken ribs. Yeah, you do that and you throw 6 touchdowns, you a bad man. So, in my opinion, Justin Fields was the better quarterback in college, is the better quarterback now. Not slighting Caleb Williams, not saying he doesn't have a chance to be great, but as of right now, all day, every day, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365, 15 years from now, 20 years from now, when I'm old and gray, Justin Fields, in my opinion, will always be the better college quarterback. And I'm punting.
And he ended it. He concluded it with that, leaving about a minute and a half on the block. Listen, man, I think, man, first of all, that's the end of the third round, but I think we need to appreciate both of these contestants. One, for stepping up, man. It's not an easy thing to do, man. This is on a big platform. Well, I don't know. I don't consider my platform. Probably overstated that. But anyway, this is on the stage, man. This is for the world to see, man. And these guys came and put their best effort out, man. You know what I'm saying? They're basically putting their name stamp in their debate. And this is what I appreciate about it, man. This is how I feel like debate should be done, man. It's civil discourse. You know what I'm saying? We got some kind of rules to it, man. And these guys basically put their name on it and they stepped up to the plate. So I'm gonna be putting out further challenges. This is to whet the appetite of the community and let y'all know, man, that y'all can step up too. If you're debating on Twitter, listen, just tag somebody, call them out, and we'll work up the Oklahoma drill and we'll get y'all on. Just like that. It was just that easy. How did y'all felt like the experience went, guys?
I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, me and BSB didn't get off to the best start and get off on the best foot, but BSB, if I offended you while we was on X, I do apologize, bro. I'm man enough to admit when I'm wrong. You came with it. I get it to you. I see why you got your name. You came with it. I get it to you.
I appreciate it. I have fun debating you. We're all good on X too. We're all good.
That's what's up, man. That's what it's all about, man. Listen, bro, at the end of the day, man, we're Bears fans. And just like that, bro, with that all being said, bro, I accomplished my goal at the end of the day, man. Let's be entertaining. It's football, bro. No, it don't matter what happened at the end of the day, bro. Like I told y'all, I'm gonna don my Bears gear. I don't care if they roll Bobby Boucher out there. I'm gonna support my team no matter what. So it is. And watch this. This is my other part about this too. And I'm gonna have to apply this to this. Listen, y'all can't employ my talking points on these debates, by the way. You know what I'm saying? I'm neutral. I'm the moderator. So let's do it like this. We're gonna vote. Y'all already beat me to it in the chat. I already beat me to it in the chat. So if I'm gonna let this run for like a minute so I can see, and I know we don't have a real definitive way of seeing how it goes. But if y'all think BSB won the debate, y'all run them BSBs up in the chat. Let me see you. Let me see you. Let me see you. I'm gonna give y'all about a minute to let it run, 30 seconds or so. Let me see. Julie's up here reminding me. Look, they always got my back, man. Telling me, Coach, you muted. I see a lot of BSBs up in there. Let me see the petties. If you rocking for petties, let me see the petties up in there. Let me see the petties up in there. Seeing a lot of BSBs. I'm seeing a lot of BSBs. Somebody's like, smash the like button. Smash the like button too. But get them votes in there. I want to get these guys their votes, man. Getting these. I'm gonna let it run for about 30 seconds more. Let me see. BSB or petty? BSB or petty? See a lot of petties in there. Coach says petty. Casey says petty. Hassan says BSB. Is this the spaces? This is divided by spaces, ain't it? These names, these names look familiar, ain't it? Y'all not fooling me. Did y'all bring y'all's Ragsy said Isaiah's vote doesn't count, by the way. All right, man. I think we got a winner, man, by declaration, by the chat, not by Coach T, man. And I think I'm gonna have to get this one based on the chat to BSB, man. Again, this is not a who's right or who wrong. This is a presentation. This is a making arguments. I think you guys both did a great job of bringing arguments and counterpunching. The counterpunching was crazy. You know what I'm saying? We knew, everybody and their grandma knew BSB was coming with the stats and the graphics. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Who was surprised by that? Anybody. Ray Charles knew BSB was coming with the stats and the graphics, right? On some Madame Cleo type stuff, right? But I gotta admit, man, my man Petty, listen, y'all know this. I don't know if y'all know this about me. I don't do a whole lot of college football. I watch some of the big games, and Petty came back, and y'all gotta admit, Petty came back in round 2 and counterpunch. I thought you was on the ropes from the jump, Petty, because I wasn't ready. You came back and counterpunch with but he ain't played in big games though. You know what I'm saying? He ain't played in the big games though. So I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? We got to admit that was a good one, right? And he laid it out and he laid out the big games as well, right? Now, the third round, you know what I'm saying? It was like, okay, what y'all gonna do now? And BSB came back with all right, cool, but you know what I'm saying? You had 50-11. By the way, that is a black unit of measure in the black community, 50-11. You had 50-11 All-Americans on the team. Justin did. So of course he shined against the big talent, right? And Petty came back again and said, look, man, but he still took it and he shined with that talent against top SEC talent. So I was listening, man. I'm listening to the talking points, and y'all made very good points, man. So shout out to y'all fellas for, again, being part of this first ever, man, Oklahoma drill. I'm very proud of this, man, because this is how we settle stuff as coaches on the football field. If you get in practice, you got beef with your homeboy or whatever. We just want to see, you know what I'm saying, head to head, who's the best. We have an Oklahoma drill. So, you know what I'm saying, I'm very proud of this. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, you guys in the chat, y'all enjoyed this, man. We're going to have plenty more. Y'all be thinking about in the chat who you want to challenge, who you got smoke with, you know what I'm saying, on X or Twitter. And y'all see we can come in a formal kind of organized way and kind of settle our, debate topic. through the chat. Like I said, shout out to both of y'all. BSB, I'm gonna have to get I said this in my mind. I'm gonna get an Oklahoma Drill Champion T-shirt or something, and I start sending them out to you. So I'm gonna get those ginned up. And watch this. You don't have to you know what I'm saying? You don't. It's not a one-time thing. Y'all can come back. Or like I said, if you in the chat and you wanna knock BSB off the king of the hill, man. You know what I'm saying? By all means, you know what I'm saying. You can reach out to him and check. Hey, BSB, I think you got a target on your back, buddy.
I definitely do.
You didn't put a target on your back. I just like BSB's. He's just so settled, man. He like, bro, you know what I'm saying? I'm just cool. All right, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all up. Let me see. Am I gonna do in the DM section of the show? Not today, man. Y'all been hanging out with me long enough, about an hour or so. That's just about right for YouTube's algorithm. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks to BSB. Thanks to Petty Murphy. I'm your boy Coach T with Chicago Bears 360. I'm gonna see y'all. I think what's the day? Thursday. I'm gonna see y'all Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 Central. By the way, I'm gonna go ahead and preface this in some announcements. I am really close, and I gotta get confirmation. I got a huge interview I'm lining up for next week. Y'all do not want to miss next Tuesday show. I'm not gonna say it who it is until I confirm it. When I confirm it, I'll put it up on Twitter. I got a huge interview I'm trying to line up for next Tuesday. Also, I'm trying to get Greg Gabriel on the show on Monday, Tuesday, and then I take off Wednesday to head down to Mobile for the Senior Bowl. Looking to get some great content for you guys. Interview with some of your favorite players entering the draft, O lineman, D lineman, running backs, every position, trying to hook up with some scouts and pick their brain about different things like that. So y'all definitely want to stay tuned to the channel over the next few weeks and tap in. You got something for us, Petty?
Yeah, Coach, I just got one request before I get out of here. When you get down to Mobile, man, I know you're gonna kill it. If you get a chance to talk to Marvin Harrison Jr., find out if he think he better than his father, because I think he got a chance to be, man, because that man is crazy right now.
I don't think Marvin Harrison Jr. Accepted the invite, to be honest with you. If you go out to the website, you can see who actually all accepted the invite. I think a lot of the popular offensive linemen that you guys like, at least the one at least called out in the spaces, he's going to be there. Like both of the popular centers going to be there. Fuaga's going to be there. So a lot of the offensive linemen that we're looking at getting the center is going to be there. So I'm gonna start with those guys, but definitely, listen. I get down. I'm gonna take off. I'm supposed to be working all day. I'm taking off early Wednesday, trying to get down to early because I only have Thursday work. They don't practice. They don't practice Friday. So I'm gonna have to catch people in the team hotel and all kind of weird stuff. But yeah, man, y'all appreciate y'all support. Like I said, man, I'll see y'all Sunday, 11 Eastern Standard Time, 10 Central, man. Thanks for hanging out. For Right Side Bear and Petty King, I'm your boy Coach T for Chicago Bears 360, and I'll check y'all next time. Y'all know what it is. Until next time, man, it's beers up and bear down. Peace.